And now is the news in detail. The Lusaka City Council, LCC, has demolished 78 illegal structures erected along Kafue Road. LCC Public Relations Officer Chola Mwamba says the structures had turned into criminal hideouts, posing a danger to motorists and nearby residents. She explained that despite several enforcement notices, the affected owners failed to comply. Among the demolished structures were 46 unauthorized mobile money booths and 32 makeshift shelters. However, some affected traders have criticized the move, arguing that the council should have given them an opportunity to redesign their structures instead of demolishing them. They say the action is a major setback to their livelihoods.
In the last 3 weeks, the Lusaka City Council has demolished close to 100 illegal structures across the city, and yesterday, 78 more were put down along Kafue Road. LCC Public Relations Manager Chola Mwamba says the exercise is meant to enhance public safety and restore order. She says some of the structures had become criminal hideouts, posing risks to motorists and residents.
The City Council, in collaboration with State Police, has demolished 78 illegal structures in a coordinated nighttime operation conducted along Kafue Road. The exercise, which started at 22 hours on Saturday, 30th August 2025, and continued into the early hours of Sunday, 31st August 2025, saw a total of 46 unauthorized mobile money booths and 32 makeshift shelters removed. This operation forms a part of the Council's comprehensive strategy to restore order, uphold public safety.
But the demolition has left many traders frustrated. They say they have no alternative place to trade from, and their only source of income has been taken away.
Ikwanisa mendo ya nambo baba manje bambo tupwanyira pe tugulisira batupwanyira mantemba manje tuzasurvive bwanji peace muziko yatu ilimo manje why sienda che kusogolo batuza chabati kilinani pe musebenzera kuchira kutupwanyira.
Other traders have called on government to focus on empowering young people instead of what they describe as sabotaging them.
Naja jawa mene marodi so mamena pwanyira apa kuli wamene tingaende kwidangwa pemba kuchaka boma tisagire kuti tinga sijerako
youth wenango tibla my parents momene omosenza malesta ndimo tima survive benango leti zashita pantika mboshita ula twashita ule matenda yapaka mu Zambia but chinweve balenge sasa zipeleka pa sokolo benango tina series za maskulu kufuna kwa tatipezeka mu street benango fetiba wati supportera tikagulisa cho chabe ndeve timaindo kuja tagula tureputati mebambo tipeza mu street stantika stantika usiku.
With more illegal structures set to be demolished, traders may have no choice but to find legal alternatives. Cherish Sibote for Diamond News.
Mamba Energy Limited has announced plans to expand its power contribution to Zambia's national grid by an additional 300 megawatts of thermal energy, while also introducing 100 megawatts of solar power next year. This will raise the company's total output to 700 megawatts. The announcement was made by Corporate Affairs Manager Christopher Mugala during the Maliko Lwindi traditional ceremony of the Tonga-speaking people in Sinazongwe district. Mr. Mugala said Mamba Energy is grateful for the support received from government and traditional leaders, adding that the company remains committed to safety, environmental protection and community engagement. He further highlighted Mamba's role in job creation and promotion of local businesses as part of its contribution to national development.
Mamba Energy Limited in Sinazongwe district of Southern Province has announced plans to boost its contribution to the national electricity grid by adding 300 megawatts of power to its current 300 megawatts capacity. The announcement was made during the Maliko Lwindi traditional ceremony in Sinazongwe district of Southern Province.
So Mamba Energy Limited is running the 300 megawatts thermal power plant, which is contributing immensely to the country's power grid. Right now we are expanding our operations by adding another 300 megawatts of thermal power, which will be available next year.
The company also reviewed plans to introduce an additional 100 megawatts of solar power by next year. And according to the corporate affairs manager, this will bring the total contribution to 700 megawatts.
We are also adding 100 megawatts of solar power, which will also be available next year. Mamba Energy Limited will be contributing 700 megawatts to the national grid.
Meanwhile, during the same ceremony, Chieftainess Sinazongwe raised serious concerns about illegal coal mining activities taking place in the area.
Because we are rich, because there are two things which is how we are rich in Sinazongwe, fishing and mining. We will not let, as a chieftain in Sinazongwe, I will not let my people suffer. Because what happened in Itej, all the fishes, carpenter, it got finished. As I'm talking about now, there are people that I apprehended using the officer, the DC, the CS, the council chair. We are working together to harness that problem, but still it's a problem because of transport. We don't have transport. I know the vehicle is in Mamba, but let's make sure that in all the stations there's transport. We are honorable. This is your area also. Please, I'm appealing to that.
The chieftainess representative also urged to increase investment, particularly in parks located on the islands.
We have land, minerals, water, fish, wood, etc. Would we enhance the local people's ability to exercise choice and enable them to lead a better life?
Sinazongwe district is endowed with a lot of minerals or natural resources, in short. We want investors to come and put hospitality industries.
Helga Chibwe, Damo News, Sinazongwe district in Southern Province.
Now, a 23-year-old man of Lusaka Zanimwone West has been detained by police on suspicion of defiling a 5-year-old girl, the daughter of his parents' tenants. The incident allegedly occurred on Saturday, August 30, 2025. Family members told Diamond News that they'd noticed bloodstains on the girl's clothes, which led them to question her. The child then alleged that the suspect had lured her into his room. The family further revealed that a medical report is expected on Monday following examinations and that the child has not bathed since the alleged incident. Relatives of the suspect, however, maintain that he has denied any involvement, though he remains in police custody.
This is a voice of a 5-year-old girl in middle class whose guardians suspect she was defiled by a 23-year-old man in Lusaka Zanimwone West. He undressed himself and then undressed me, warning me never to tell anyone. The suspect is reported to be the son of their landlord. The incident is alleged to have happened on Saturday, 30th August 2025. The victim's family narrates their experience. The first person to notice the stains was the suspect's wife. The victim was crying, and upon checking, it was discovered that there was blood in her private parts. She was taken to another room and urged to tell the truth. At that point, she revealed what had happened. At her age, such bleeding is highly unusual. When asked who had done this to her, she identified the suspect. When questioned why she had not spoken earlier, she said the suspect had warned her not to tell anyone. She said he had lifted her and laid her on the bed, leaving her younger sister in the living room. But relatives of the suspect, who is currently detained at SOS police post, insist he had no involvement in the matter. Has denied the allegations, saying that if he had committed the act, he would not have stayed at home. When the victim's father came to confront him, the suspect reportedly thought the discussion would be about a suspected affair with his wife due to their acquaintance and the fact that he often buys them beer. However, the victim's father told him he had disappointed the family by allegedly raping a child. Police spokesperson Ray Hamonga is yet to respond on the matter. The outcome of the medical report will be key in determining the direction this case will take. Cherish Sibote for Diamond News.
Now, the Energy Regulation Board, ERB, has announced an upward adjustment in fuel pump prices for the month of September 2025, citing the depreciation of the kwacha and increased premiums on petroleum products. Effective 1st September 2025, the pump price for petrol will be 29 kwacha 18 ngwe per litre from the previous 28 kwacha. Diesel will cost 25 kwacha 02 ngwe per litre, up from 23 kwacha 13 ngwe. Kerosene will now be sold at 23 kwacha 64 ngwe per litre from the previous 21 kwacha 98 ngwe. While Jet A1 has risen to 25 kwacha 83 ngwe per litre from 23 kwacha 94 ngwe. In a statement, ERB board chairperson James Banda says the kwacha weakened against the US dollar by 2.5% since the last review on July 31, moving from 23 kwacha 23 ngwe per US dollar to 23 kwacha 81 ngwe. You're watching the Diamond Newsdesk at 8. Just now, let's take a look at the weather forecast for tonight and take our first break. Do stay with us. Thank you so much for staying with us. Some Food Reserve Agency FRA officials at Masande Satellite Depot in Chinsali have been accused of demanding livestock from farmers in exchange for faster processing of maize sales. The allegations were raised during Chinsali Central MP Kalalwe Mukosa's visit to Fisonge village, where farmers complained of slow buying procedures. One farmer, Michael Walia, claimed officers asked for pigs, goats or chickens to speed up transactions, often conducting business late at night. Mr. Mukosa has described the conduct as unacceptable and reported the matter to the FRA. Here is a report.
After having been on the line for several weeks without selling their maize crops to Food Reserve Agency FRA, some farmers have become desperate. Some farmers attest to how they have been on the queue for months. We have been on this queue for a very long time. The purchases are being done at a very slow pace. They just buy from a few people and then they close. It's worrisome. However, the depot clerks are now taking advantage of their desperation. At Marande Satellite Depot in Fisonge village, farmers have accused the officers of collecting livestock such as goats, pigs and chickens in exchange for a quick sale. Michael Walia spoke on behalf of other farmers. Farmers here at Masande Satellite Depot have really seen a lot. We have suffered because the Satellite Depot clerks there delay to purchase our crops, complain we're being asked to provide a chicken, a goat or even a pig for us to sell. And what is more awkward is that after providing the livestock, the clerk will only measure and sell your bags of maize at night, sometimes even at midnight. We want to ask FRA, don't you pay these people? Can the FRA come and investigate this matter? Otherwise, farmers are being exploited. This development has angered the Chinsali lawmaker. The matter has since been escalated to the Food Reserve Agency FRA.
I condemn in strongest terms such behaviors being perpetrated by the officers from the Food Reserve Agency who have been employed to buy maize on behalf of the government from our people. And I'm urging them to immediately desist from such practices. I actually informed their manager here in Chinsali.
Public Relations Officer John Chipandwe says FRA has zero tolerance to corrupt practices and that purchases are on a first-come, first-served basis. Cecilia Kayampurokoso, Diamond News, Chinsali, Muchinga Province.
Meanwhile, some farmers in Chovwe ward of Kalumbila District, Northwestern Province, have resorted to selling their maize to private buyers and millers due to delays by the Food Reserve Agency FRA in purchasing their produce. One farmer, Onyena Wamushiki, told Diamond Media that she chose to sell her maize to millers after waiting for 3 months at the Chovwe Satellite Depot without being attended to by the FRA. Other farmers who preferred anonymity allege that operations at the FRA depot are unfair, claiming that some who delivered their maize early have been forced to wait longer than those who delivered later.
In a significant shift, farmers in Chovwe ward of Kalumbila District, Northwestern Province, have begun selling their maize to private buyers and millers due to ongoing delays from the Food Reserve Agency in purchasing their produce. Onyena Wamshiki, a local farmer, shares her frustrations with Diamond Media, revealing that she opted to sell her maize to millers after waiting 3 months at Chovwe Satellite Depot for the FRA to make a purchase. Wamshiki says that her decision was driven by the urgent need for cash to support her children's education. I decided to sell my maize to the millers due to delays by FRA in purchasing my produce. I brought my bags 3 months ago, hoping to sell quickly so that I could use the money to support my children's education. However, up to date, FRA has not bought my maize, which led to this decision. Other farmers who have chosen to remain anonymous have cited perceived injustices at the FRA depot. The government should help us by ensuring order at the satellite depot. I brought my maize to the FRA satellite depot a long time ago, but instead they are purchasing maize from farmers who have just brought theirs in a short time ago. Despite these challenges, some farmers at the satellite depot have decided against selling their maize to private buyers or millers, holding out for the FRA's competitive prices during this crop marketing season. I cannot sell my maize to the millers due to the pricing issues. Despite having my maize for a long time, the FRA maize price is much better compared to the millers, who are buying at 4 kwacha per kilogram. As of now, the FRA has successfully purchased over 70,000 metric tons of 50 kg white maize, nearing its target of 80,000 metric tons for this season.
Seeing how the figures are moving, so the figures are moving quite fast, actually, in terms of in terms of reaching the targets, because the target is 80,000 metric tons for Northwestern Province. So we are somewhere at 70,000 metric tons now.
The situation continues to evolve as farmers navigate their options amidst the complexities of the market and urgent delays. Mlenga Walia, Diamond News, Kalumbila, Northwestern Province.
Now, during the Katanino traditional ceremony in Masaiti, Chief Nkambo of the Lamba-speaking people warned that Zambia's national unity is at risk from foreign cultural influences, political divisions, and the misuse of social media to spread hate speech and tribalism. He urged leaders and traditional chiefs to promote peace and called on government to empower the House of Chiefs to handle succession disputes. Other traditional leaders highlighted the need to preserve culture and address farmer payment delays. President Hakainde Hichilema, represented by Minister Brenda Tambatamba, pledged government support to resolve chiefdom issues.
The Katanino traditional ceremony in Masaiti on the Copperbelt is a reminder of the historic territorial battles fought between the Lambas of Kafulafuta and the Yeke from the Democratic Republic of Congo, a legacy that speaks to courage, resilience, and the defense of identity. But today, a different kind of worry shadows the celebrations. Chief Nkambo of the Lamba-speaking people says Zambia's unity and identity are now threatened not by spears and shields, but by political divisions, foreign cultural influences, and the misuse of social media.
It is regrettable that our national unity and identity, which Zambians are known for, is threatened with disintegration due to influence of foreign cultures and political inclination, among others.
Speaking through Katanino chairperson Dr. Stephen Chishiko, the chief warned that toxic messages, hate speech, and tribal sentiments circulating online could ignite divisions if not confronted.
Social media has played a big role in spreading this bad scourge by promoting hate speech, tribal remarks, falsehood, and misinformation.
Chief Nkambo further raised concerns over succession wrangles and intra-chiefdom disputes that have caused bloodshed and destruction of property, calling on government to strengthen laws that empower the House of Chiefs to resolve such conflicts.
Have led to challenges on chiefdom governance and divisions among families and communities of the chiefdoms. The situation does not only hinder development, but also poses a threat to peace and unity.
Lamba Lima Royal Council Chairperson Chief Machia also stressed the urgent need to preserve culture, which he says is slowly being eroded. And House of Chiefs Chairperson Chief Jongo over Southern Province appealed to governments to ensure farmers are paid on time by the Food Reserve Agency and that issues affecting FISIP beneficiaries are addressed.
Our other concern regarding the beneficiaries who are able to pay the price of maize that are demanded under the conditions. This is due to some unfavorable rating. We are asking the state government to take due consideration so that people are not affected negatively.
Representing President Hakainde Hichilema, Labour and Social Security Minister Breda Tambatamba commended the traditional leaders for their unity and reaffirmed government's commitment to addressing challenges facing their chiefdoms.
Our development agenda as a New Dawn administration is inclusive and equitable. We therefore urge all the Royal Highnesses to partner with your government in the socio-economic transformation of this country.
For sponsors, the ceremony is a reminder on the need for working as one.
This year we have seen a number of companies that have come on board in support of this traditional ceremony as compared to last year. So for us, because we are doing a number of works around the Masaiti, so we feel duty bound actually to plow back into this community. Therefore the support we rendered with you suffices.
Love Mosondash for Diamond News in Masaiti.
Let's take another break. Coming up, we see how residents of Katete district are challenged by lack of specialized medical services. A story and more coming up. To stay with us. Welcome back, and now for the rest of the news. Residents surrounding Mutipa Rural Health Center in Katete District say lack of specialized medical services in health facilities is a challenge. As part of Kulamba traditional ceremony, the Zambia Flying Doctor Service is reaching out to hard-to-reach and rural areas in Katete. Born in 1941, Kingston Banda, who came to Mutipa Health Center to access specialized eye services, cited high cost of accessing specialized services as a hindrance in rural areas. Our journalist Samuel Okwawe was in rural Mutipa and brings us this detailed report.
In many rural Zambia, access to specialized health care is often a distant dream. However, in supplementing government efforts, the Zambia Flying Doctor Service, with its commitment to reaching the most remote communities, it is touching down to many remote health facilities. As part of the Kulamba Traditional Ceremony Outreach Program, 4,600 hearts have accessed specialized services at Mtipa Health Center. At this place, we find a story 8 decades in the making. Born in 1941, Kingston Banda has seen a nation change, but today he saw something new, a rare kindness, a specialized care, courtesy of the skies, a smile weathered by time, renewed.
Pakumva kuti mwabwera yayi nabwero zalanda kuthandizo wanipasako zomotero tiyamikire thandizo limene mwanipasa pamudzi upita ku senti choka pamodzi apo fika kuita ku senti 100 kwacha.
He is not alone. For Josiah's Banda, the world was slowly fading, a brayer of shadows and struggle, a simple pair of reading glasses, unremarkable elsewhere. Here, they are a miracle. Dr. Tendai Mwemba leads the delegation, her eyes on the objective, not just to treat, but to transform and educate.
Zambia Flying Doctor Service was participated at the Kulamba ceremony. We were here to provide medical services to ensure that we also give health education to the people around. We are happy with the turnout because we see that the health-seeking behaviors in this part of the country is very good. We are providing general medical services, screening. We are providing laboratory services, dental services, eye services. We are also giving out reading glasses. We have the lab where we're testing and also pharmacy that is dispensing free medication.
The Zambia Flying Doctor Service proving that the distance to care is never too far when you have the will to bridge. Samuel Sylvester Kwawe, Diamond News, Katete, Eastern Zambia.
Thank you, Sam, for that report. Now, Kalumbila Town Council has handed over key infrastructure development to Chovwe Primary School, including 5 staff houses and a 1x3 classroom block to address teacher accommodation and learner space challenges. The council also commissioned the Chovwe Community Center to support local development programs. The projects were funded through the 2024 Constituency Development Fund and locally generated revenue.
This is Chovwe Primary School in Chovwe Ward of Kalumbila District in Northwestern Province. Chovwe Primary School has for a long time faced numerous challenges such as inadequate infrastructure development. The lack of accommodation for teachers has hampered the delivery of effective education, affecting both teaching and learning environments. Despite these difficulties, the Kalumbila Town Council has recently taken bold steps to address these issues by leveraging the Constituency Development Fund and locally generated revenue. They have successfully constructed 5 new staff houses, a 1x3 classroom block, and a community center, a move that is expected to transform the educational landscape in Chovwe Ward.
Handing over the following projects. We are handing over the following projects here in Chovwe. Rehabilitation of the 5 staff houses at Chovwe Primary by Marathon Engineering Limited at a cost of 901,326 kwacha.84 under CDF.
The District Education Board Secretary for Kalumbila District has commended the Council for their proactive approach.
To our government, we are grateful. Our leaders, we are so grateful and we appreciate the efforts that you are doing towards education sector.
They have expressed optimism that these new facilities will enhance the quality of education and promote community well-being.
These modern facilities will enhance our learning environment by providing learners with conducive space to grow academically.
However, they also urged all beneficiaries to protect these vital assets, jealously emphasizing the importance of maintaining and safeguarding infrastructure for future generations. This development marks a significant step forward for Chovwe Primary School, demonstrating dedication to improving educational standards and community development in Kalumbila District. Mulenga Bwadia, Diamond News, Kalumbila, Northwestern Province.
Let's take our last break. Welcome back, and now finally in our news tonight, the Ndola Fitness Squad has continued to champion a healthy lifestyle through regular workouts and community engagement, this time hosting a marathon aimed at supporting maternal health in Lufanyama District. The initiative, held in partnership with the Zambia Forestry and Forest Industries Corporation, ZAFICO, was targeted at raising funds to complete a mother's shelter at Mukutuma Rural Health Center. Ndola Fitness Squad chairperson Bwalia Chanda said the marathon is not only about keeping fit, but also about giving back to communities in need. And ZAFICO Managing Director Mundia said the institution was proud to be part of an initiative that goes beyond the fitness, noting that the shelter will provide expectant mothers with a safe and dignified place as they await childbirth.
Ndola is steadily growing both in development and business opportunities, positioning itself as one of the Copperbelt's fastest transforming cities. Amid this growth, the Ndola Fitness Squad is tapping into the city's momentum by introducing a marathon, an event expected to boost local economic activities while promoting health and wellness.
And we're calling it ZAFICO Marathon.
Maybe we've seen a lot of companies that have jumped on these marathons. How significant are they?
You know, when you in terms of reaching a larger number of group, you would require more resources. So ZAFICO coming in means that
Ndola Fitness Squad chairperson Bwalia Chanda says that the initiative maternal health care while building a healthier and a stronger nation.
It's very exciting. I think Ndola we've been left behind a bit, but in this case, this is the beginning of many beautiful things to come in Ndola. Yeah. And as you can see, Ndola is slowly developing into a beautiful and getting its revival. So we're very excited.
The initiative has received a major push from the Zambia Forestry and Forest Industry Corporation, ZAFICO, which has partnered with the Fitness Squad to support the cause.
With ZAFICO acquiring the naming rights of the marathon, so we define our commitment to this cause and to the communities. This is not just about kilometers run, it's about changing lives. Each step, each stride, each breath taken along this race will be dedicated to a greater good.
Zambia Athletics Association says the marathon will channel proceeds towards completing a mother's shelter at Mukutuma Rural Health Center in Lufanyama, an effort aimed at giving expectant mothers a safe and dignified space before delivery.
To highlight some of the importance or significance of marathons. When we gather here for the ZAFICO marathon, there are certain things that we're going to see as change in Ndola. One, the hospitality industry. None of us has thought about the hotels that the people that are coming are going to book.
Love Mosondash for Diamond News in Ndola.
At 8, before we go away, here's a recap of our top stories. Criminal hideouts are cleared as Lusaka City Council demolishes 46 illegal mobile money booths and 32 makeshift shelters along Kafue Road. Zambia's power crisis to ease as Mamba Energy plans major thermal and solar capacity increase. And Lusaka man, age 23, detained over alleged defilement of 5-year-old daughter of family tenants in Zanimone West. Well, that's it for now from the Diamond News Desk. This has been Mutinta Chiseko. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.